Now, when you're talking about a camp knife, it can be really tough to find something that is good value that also delivers good performance in the same package. But a little over a year ago, Off-Grid Knives proved that concept wrong when I reviewed the Tracker series. I bought this kind of on a whim and was blown away. It was Taiwanese made, full flat grind, D2 cryo-treated steel with micarta or G10 handle scales, ambidextrous taco Kydex sheath, and all under $100. And I was truly blown away. But there were a few critiques, two in particular. One that I would have preferred a high saber grind and a little bit more ergonomic handle. Well, apparently Off-Grid Knives saw that video because they have just released the newest version, the Tracker X3 in the Tracker series, and we get the same excellent taco design Kydex sheath, but what do we have here? Oh, a high saber grind. And oh, what's this? Completely contoured, redesigned handle scales. And the best part, still can be scored for under $100. Let's go. What is going on? Gideon's Tactical crew, welcome back to another blade review here at the channel. I'm Aaron, kicking with you guys, doing some blade testing in the great outdoors today. And make sure to stick around because a little bit later, I'm gonna be running in some heavy hitters in the camp knife arena to compare to the X3, asking us the question, is this one of the best options for a sub $100 camp knife in 2025? Oh, guys, that's after use, baby. Baba. For a big old honking monster blade, that's impressive. Okay, let's do some paracord. You gotta cut it for some dumb thing you gotta do around camp. You're like, oh man, I didn't bring the right size. Like butter. Oh yeah. Explosive. That's what's really nice, especially with the redesign. Good little bird beak. I can do little whacks like that without even a lanyard. Obviously more powerful swings I will, but they've totally encapsulated that and everything is rounded now. Push cut, boom. Exactly what I looked for right there. Let's see, that was a little bit more sawing than I like. Let me try this. Yeah, there we go. I usually look for, okay, so this is something with broad blades, there we go. One push. If I have to do 1, 2, and then that third push, then I know that the geometry just isn't great. And again, this is after I've been thumping on this for like a month. So, and using it off and on. Got my, whoa, 1980s metal gloves, brah. Let's go see the show. Who's playing? Who would be playing in your perfect 80s rock show? Three bands, who's playing? I wanna know. Leather though, look at that. Just ate that up. Oh yeah. No, let's just look at the complete overhaul of the model. The X3 is now 10.5 inches. The X2 was 9.5 inches. So they gave us an extra ½ inch of blade length, making it over 5 inches now. And they gave us an extra ½ inch of handle length, making it over 5 inches now. So it does really dwarf the last generation. The blade shape stays the same, but now we have that 3/8 of an inch lowered grind. And then they still keep about 2 inches of the full flat tip. And again, we'll be discussing how that performs or not. Now, along with that, they kept and held over those torque screws, which are really cool and they have a good style to them. But I prefer Allen heads with these size of knives. Not the end of the world, but it's just easier. And I feel like we would probably have an Allen head in our kit over Torx bits. So leave a comment on what you think of that. Aside from that, my main critique on the X2 was just the handle ergonomics. It was kind of short and kind of blocky. Still definitely could get the job done for under $100, but the jimping was pretty sharp right there. They changed all of it. Complete overhaul. Blocky jimping now, you don't even notice it exactly what I would look for. Still keeping good, deep guard, very full, beefy handle, and with my 3¼ inch knuckle span right there and large size hands, look at how much real estate is out there. But now, still keeping that honeycomb kind of traction on the G10 handles, they have rounded and contoured everything. Dialed back the aggression on that bird beak a little bit, and again, extended it out, whereas this one was very squared off on the sides and stuff. all rounded, all contoured, feels fantastic in the hand, and that slower transition on that bird beak actually allows for good grip, but better actuation with less impact in the hand. So they really like 3x'd, if you will, the ergonomics of the design compared to the last generation. Now I'm curious about this really fine tip. With the cryo-treated D2 steel, with a claimed HRC of 62, is it gonna be able to handle our 2x4 tip test? And we'll get to that in just a second. But for those of us who love the outdoors, like myself, having apparel that protects you from the sun, but also can keep you cool is essential. And so what I've been using on this particular trip is the LA Police Gear Terrain Sun hoodies. And I am really impressed because not only does it give me a really good coverage with their 3-panel hood, being able to go over any baseball cap that you may be wearing, but covers your ears, covers your neck, and isn't like constricting, and really can stay on you even for miles and miles of hiking. But it has thumb holes and a good polyester spandex blend with an antimicrobial, so you know it doesn't stink. So you get good fit, good flex, and I can use it either under heavier coats or over 1 or 2 other pieces of apparel. It just really is giving me this nice blend so that when the sun comes out, it's breathable and keeps me cool and protects me from the sun. But like it often happens here in the high country, all of a sudden the sun goes away, I'm warmer than if I was just wearing my t-shirt. So it's really giving me this good hybrid capability. And so the best part, LA Police Gear always seems to be able to provide performance at a great value. Currently, these things are going for $30 with lots of color combinations to choose from. So I'll have a link popping up as well as in the description box below, along with my 10% off promo code, helping save even a little bit extra. So if you're looking for something, regardless if it's for outdoor adventures, you're just spending time on the lake, or early morning or evening workouts as the temperatures change, I encourage you to check out the Terrain Sun hoodie from LA Police Gear. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay, now for the real moment of truth, this tip test. You know, we have a full flat grind. On the last one, because the geometries are about the same with that full flat, it passed. That's what really blew me away. I was expecting the tip to break and it did not. So I'm very curious to see how this one does, since the geometries I think are about the same, but it's a precise tip, man. I would not recommend this one way or the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shut the front door. There it is. 0 bending and obviously did not break. Whoa, let's go. Let's freaking go. Now, the crazy part is because from edge to spine, we're looking at over 1 3/4 of an inch. It's like, I don't know, 11/16, something like that. That means that you got to have a lot of space to get this broad blade in there, but obviously it'll do what it needs to when you do that. Now I keep harping on value for a reason, because when I bought the original, I paid under $100 for it. And they've been able, with all these updates, to still get this under that price point, $89 for the Kydex sheath that matches the handles. We're talking about ambidextrous, webbing, good thumb ramp, excellent lockup. And Off Grid Knives is an American-owned based company. They just OEM a lot of their stuff over in Taiwan. Whoever the Taiwanese OEM is that's making these, they're doing excellent fit and finish, but also quality materials, heat treat, not only on this model that I'm seeing so far through the testing, but on many of the other blades that we've seen. And to be clear, Off Grid Knives did not pay or sponsor for this video in any way. They just sent me this sample, and I have an affiliate link popping up and in the description box below over to their site. So that's there for you guys to kind of explore and check out. And just as a kind of a quick teaser for an upcoming video, if you're like, 5.5 inches really isn't for me, there is the Double X Tracker 3. This thing is 7.5 inches. So they added 2 inches to it, but same style G10 handle, same Cryo D2, Kydex sheath. Guess what? $97 currently, $97, under $100. I don't know how they're doing it. It's freaking wild. So that's coming up, and I'll have that all included below. Now this is where I'm really kind of like looking to just see how the other one did great too, but like because of the slight change in geometry, look at that. I mean, we got like Goldilocks level curls here going on. And I'm not fighting to find the angle. That's what's always going to happen with a full flat over some version of a Saber or Scandi, is that you're going to be fighting to find where is that perfect angle to give me this thin, bouncy curl. Tell me start a fire or just practice my feather sticking, because it's, you know, like, let's get real. On some level, it's just like a fun part of the hobby, right? We always view it as like, oh, this is all survival, and I'm going to go out in the woods and live for a month with my knife on alone. And it's like, let's get real. This is a hobby for 99% of us that, yes, the skills could transfer over in an emergency situation, fun camping, but a lot of it is just like, yeah, I'm just going to go make a bundle of feather sticks because I can, because my tool works with the skill level that I have. There it is. There she blows. Oh, yeah. Okay, no lanyard hole. Let's just see kind of what the bird beak and just kind of the power, just to shape something, you know. You got to do a spear point. Oh, yeah. That is like zero shock. Stays in my hand. I'm not having to reset at all. Obviously, lanyard will help, but that's going to do anything my little S-wing's going to do, or some sort of little pack axe hatchet for this type of work. Easy. Look at how much it's eating. Nom, 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 Cookie Monster level. Now, if I have the ability, side splitting is like my favorite way, and it's going to be the speediest way to make most notches, as long as your blade can handle some of that abuse. Boom. But, I mean, the energy and time it would take me to do this without just some of this, and because of the high grind, I have very good precision. There you go. And look at how clean that cut is. And then obviously, I just put my thumb right up there near the tip, and I can clear that sucker out, clean it out how I need to. Oh yeah, dude. And I need this size here instead of just bam, bam, bam. The imprecision, as long as you have one of these. This is way more precise. Boom. I'm gonna take way less energy. There you go. And I would argue I'd rather put some whacking on the spine than hitting this over and over again. This is just acting as a wedge going through your material, but let me know what you guys think. But that's a nice clean cut. And all that, no waves, no chips. So now that we've seen what the X3 can do, how does it stack up to some other heavy hitters in the camp knife arena? I mean, one example would be the Architect Knives 5.5. Very similar profile with neutral handle grips, good high grinds. Now, this is an American-made knife. It's customizable. It has a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and you can get it with 1095, 3V, MagnaCut, customize everything on it, but it's going to cost you over $200 to get a knife like this with a very similar profile, where as for that cost, I mean, I could get the big old honking monster XX and this and still have money left over. So value-wise, that's a huge thing to consider. And I mean, is MagnaCut going to outperform Cryo D2? Yeah. And can I customize the heck out of this? Yeah. But for some, that's not what we're really looking for. You're just looking for something to get the job done. Well, I mean, as we've seen, it can absolutely do that. And really the only knife that came to mind that gives a similar value to performance level is the CABELA'S BUSHCRAFT chopper, previously reviewed. I'll try and link that video. 5160, USA made, micarta, Kydex, no need to upgrade anything, 120 bucks. That one kind of sits in between the sizes of this X series, but it has a recurve, so you have to like that profile. And most people tend to gravitate to the more neutral, generic profile of the X series. And so in the fall of 2025, if you were to ask me, hey, I got 100 bucks or less, what's a camp knife that you would highly recommend? This would definitely be at the top of the list and one of my most recommended for 2025 camp knives under 100 bucks. That's me, that's my mileage on the X3. Leave a comment below, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions as well, check out the other videos, subscribe, and always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.